Welcome to Planet Microcap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me today is Harrison Gross. He is the co-founder and CEO of Innovative Eyewear Inc. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is Lucy, L-U-C-Y on NASDAQ. Harrison, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks so much for having me, Robert.
Absolutely. So this is actually our first time doing an interview together on Innovative Eyewear. So can you start us off with that quick overview and history of the company, and then we'll go from there?
Yeah, absolutely. Our mission is to upgrade the world's eyewear by adding useful technology features to comfortable prescription glasses. We started a couple years ago with identifying a serious need for smart glasses that could be worn all day and also look like a normal pair of glasses, which is very important for user adoption of smart eyewear. There was really a severe lacking of any devices that were really suitable for that all-day prescription use in the smart eyewear space. And that was a gap that we set out to fill and successfully did so with the launch of our Lucid Light line of glasses in early 2021. Since then, we've sold many thousands of pairs of glasses, and people all over the world are wearing Lucid eyewear as their main eyeglasses, which is really a first in the smart eyewear space.
Very good. All right, so let's talk about the smart eyewear space in general. Some people might be hearing this and like, okay, is this like the Google thing or one of those? So can you specifically talk about with Lucid what smart eyewear means, and then in general what the consumer expects when they hear smart eyewear?
Yeah, so we use specifically the term smart eyewear or audio eyewear to differentiate our glasses from Google Glass and other glasses that have projectors in the lenses and provide a visual display. Visual display glasses are very interesting and can be really useful for some really high-level applications. But for the average consumer, they're not quite ready yet, both in terms of price, appearance, form factor, prescription suitability, and so forth. All the things that the average consumer needs out of their glasses or sunglasses. So our glasses are audio eyewear. It's really just like a Bluetooth headset and eyeglasses in one. And we build on that platform by leveraging two software applications that we've built to add additional functionality to the eyewear, both in the social media realm and in the AI realm with access to ChatGPT through our new Lucid app.
Very good. So tell us a little bit about, the company's growth and how you've evolved to where you're currently at today. Because as you said, we're talking about an industry that is relatively new, right? The smart eyewear, the adoption of Google Glass, amongst some of the maybe higher upper echelon techies, are like, cool,
Sure,
let me get it. So let's better understand the adoption here and what the reception has been from the consumer.
Yeah, so for most of its history, smart eyewear has been in the realm of the early adopter, the geeky tech heads out there that like the latest and greatest wearable technology. However, that started to change in recent years. We're seeing more mainstream adoption of smart eyewear, especially as other brands that are really well known in both the consumer electronics and in the eyewear spaces have started to dip their toe into smart eyewear and really helped. And that's actually helped us a lot because the smart eyewear space is still so niche that any rising tide actually lifts all boats within it. So we actually benefit pretty indirectly and directly in some ways from additional well-known, well-heeled competitors coming into the smart eyewear space because we have a very unique product that has a lot of tech advantages. I think that what we're going to see is over the next few years, more and more consumers are going to start adopting smart eyewear as their primary eyewear, especially as it becomes more affordable, more accessible, more available in a range of styles and sizes that sort of matches the traditional optical market. And that's something that we're really leading the charge on. We were actually the first company to introduce a smart eyewear line in 10 or more styles. We were the first to ship direct-to-consumer prescription-fitted smart glasses, right to your door, a pair of smart glasses with your prescription in it, ready to wear. What I usually draw as an analogy to the smart eyewear market is smartwatches. Smartwatches have been around for a while. They have these calculator watches going all the way back to, when you and I were in high school. But it wasn't until that there was a critical mass of functionality and the form factor had gotten to a point that was really similar to a regular watch that we saw mass market consumer adoption. So I think smart eyewear is a few years behind the smartwatch market, which is now selling more units than the traditional watch market. So it's very easy to envision how in the next 5 years or so, most consumers will be electing to go for smart eyewear, especially as it starts to cost the same and look the same as regular glasses, but does so much more.
Sounds good. So I want to talk about the company's business model as well. You know, if going through a couple press releases here, you know, obviously you have the Lucid brand that I'm assuming is 100% owned by Innovative Eyewear, but
Yeah.
then you also looks like work with Nautica, Eddie Bauer, Reebok. I mean, well-known brands, right? So can you speak to the model itself? And are you guys now like a white label solution for some of these what more well-known brands? Like, can you give a little more color there?
Yeah, so we recognized a great opportunity to add, these household fashion brands to our core technology product for a couple of reasons. One, to diversify our offering overall, expand, what we have available. Two, to really give customers comfort. There's a no quality standard associated with Reebok. If you buy a Reebok product or a Nautica product, it's going to be high quality. And it's going to be stylish and it's going to meet your needs. And, so we think that adding those brands to our core technology is going to really help customers, cross the Rubicon and buy their first smart eyewear. It also is something that we've learned from the biggest traditional eyewear company in the world, which is Luxottica. And what made Luxottica so successful, in our opinion, is starting back all the way in the 60s, eyewear was really seen as a medical device, and they added fashion brands to eyewear, starting with Armani, and really turned it into a fashion accessory in addition to being a vision correction and protection device. And that made it a lot more appealing to consumers. It helped grow the sunglass market like never before. So the optical and non-optical markets benefited from the addition of fashion brands to eyewear. And we think that the same principles will apply to smart eyewear. Because smart eyewear is not like a Fitbit that you wear on your wrist. It's on your face, So it's very important that it has good styling and has a brand that people know, respect, and want to wear. And that's a big reason why, the Amazon frames didn't do so well, in our opinion. We have, a competing product from Amazon out there. People don't want to wear Amazon as a brand. It just doesn't feel good as a fashion brand. And that's why, a big part of the reason why that product, despite being also only available in one shape, which is not going to work for the eyewear market, no matter what, that was a major problem with that product. And so we really identified a huge opportunity to add these well-known fashion brands. And as part of these partnerships, we're also getting retail distribution into Nautica, Eddie Bauer, and Reebok points of sale around the world. So it's a great two-way partnership for us.
Absolutely. I have to ask, right? Like, we're doing this interview on Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. I say this with all due respect because, still growing business, everything like that, micro cap, companies at 10 million market cap, or approximately just over. These are well-known brands. Why did they choose you?
Well, we actually brought the idea to them. So all three brands are owned by Authentic Brands Group, which is really a powerful brand house based in New York. And they had never really considered entering the tech fashion category, as far as we know. And we brought to them this concept of, licensing their brands for smart eyewear. And they loved it because it was a brand new category and a brand new revenue stream for them, royalty stream for them. They didn't really have to do anything to produce. We actually created the category for them. So they've gone all in with us, and they're now seeing us as their, prime partner for smart eyewear. Across, in the future, we may access additional brands from them as well. So yeah, we were able to create this category for them. So they trusted us with their brands to help bring this concept to life.
Very cool. All right, another question I have for you. You're co-founder here and CEO. I'd love to know a little bit more about your background and how you came into now founding this company.
Yeah, so my background is, very entrepreneurial. I've created a number of businesses. I'm also an app developer, so work on a lot on the software side of our business now, in addition to being the lead developer of our eyewear. And I've had a lot of experience with digital marketing prior to co-founding Innovative Eyewear. And right before this, and sort of how the company originally started, I was working for an IP investment firm called Tech Capital, which brings interesting university discoveries and IP to market. And we had acquired a package of smart eyewear patents, and I was tasked with licensing them and essentially commercializing them. One thing led to another, and after talking to a number of companies about the patents that were interested in them, we really realized there was a huge need to develop a prototype smart eyewear product. So we created a spin-out company to develop that prototype. We did a couple regulation crowdfunds, which went really well and brought thousands of retail investors into the brand, helped to build our initial community. And the rest is history from there. I immediately realized, how much work there was to be done to bring smart eyewear to the mainstream, to make it successful consumer product. And I really saw that that was a void that I could fill, and that was a huge amount of value that we could bring to the marketplace. So we set out to really make the first, affordable, prescription-ready, highly functional mass market smart eyewear, and successfully developed that product after a few years.
Absolutely. We were talking offline how I was like, wait, gross tech capital? Like, wait, I interviewed Tech Capital a few years ago. I think
Yeah.
I guess it was your father. So that's a full circle moment, I guess, in a sense here. So Harrison, I'm sure we'll have you back on to do more updates and everything like that. But to close this out here, from what you can tell us, what would you then say are some of the company's value catalysts for innovative eyewear now moving forward?
Okay, well, number one, we were the first to develop a voice interface for ChatGPT. So as soon as ChatGPT came out late last year, we identified a huge value in making it accessible through our eyewear. And we made that happen in just a few short months. In April, we launched the Lucid app, which allows you to talk to ChatGPT completely hands-free when connected to an iPhone on Lucid Eyewear. So that is a major differentiator. No other eyewear company in the world has an uplink into the world's most powerful AI like we do. So that is really a major aspect of our products that sets them apart. We also have 60 plus patents and applications protecting our different designs, custom components, and various trade secrets that we've developed over the years to make our smart eyewear unique and the best it can be. And then next, these three brand partnerships with Nautica, Eddie Bauer, and Reebok. These are major global brands. They're billion-dollar brands. And in the case of Nautica especially, they already have a built-in eyewear following because they sell traditional Nautica glasses to the tunes, millions of units. So it's a really important on-ramp for us to really get out into the mass market and get our products in front of consumers all over the world with very recognizable brands that people really like to buy. So those are three really important aspects of the company that set us apart. The access to AI, the brand partnerships, and this really large IP moat that we built around what we're doing. It really protects us in the marketplace. We filed design patents in Canada, China, and the US on every new frame we develop. We've got multiple utility patents. We just filed a patent application on some features of our Lucid app. So we've got a really strong position for a smart eyewear company, and we're unique in that we've developed both smart eyewear. We develop applications that enhance our glasses and other wearables with additional functionality, which I think will be an important revenue stream for the business in the future. And we also develop really sophisticated retail fixtures like the one behind me. And we're really building a whole ecosystem around this concept of smart eyewear and really filling out the space and giving it what it needs to really breathe in front of the consumer and let people really absorb the concept for the first time and try their first smart eyewear. Either from the Lucid brand or from one of our co-branded products, which are coming out in the next few months.
Very good. All right. Well, Harrison, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on innovative?
Yeah, you can head to lucid.co. It's lucyd.co. We've got a great investor center on the website. You can learn all about the company and what we're doing, read our latest filings there, and just see how we're working to push forward the smart eyewear space and make it accessible and enjoyable for the average consumer.
Harrison, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. And I look forward to our next update.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. And can't wait to upgrade your eyewear.
Thank you.